Hey everybody, welcome back to my Eurovision React Review channel. So this week Serbia will pick its Eurovision entry for Eurovision 2022, which takes place in Turin, Italy in May. So Serbia is going to have two semi-finals. So one is on Thursday, one is on Friday, and then the final is on Saturday. So there are quite a lot of songs. Now, I've already reacted to 3 songs based on a multitude of advice from friends and Eurovision fans. So I have already reacted weeks ago to SARA, ANGELINNA and ZORJA. And that reaction video is on my channel. But basically, if you're new to my channel, what I try and do is I actually try and rank the songs. So I I do go away, listen to the songs and basically pick out the ones that I like and the ones that I don't like. So obviously I've only listened to 3 and there are quite a lot of them. The last 3 days, this is like, this is all I've been doing because it's really clear that Serbs are really invested genuinely in Eurovision. Like, luckily last year I was Team Hurricane, so my channel was really small last year, but ultimately, because I was Team Hurricane, I got a lot of love from Serbs. This year, it really does feel tribal. And what I mean by that, it is really evident from comments that I'm seeing on my channel and others. There seems to be 2 clear camps for 2 particular artists this year. And I'm super excited. And also, hopefully, well, it's looking like this Saturday, I'm going to be in Belgrade, which I'm quite excited about. I've never actually been to a national final outside of the UK. So that's moreover why I'm taking this really seriously. I'm taking this seriously for 2 reasons. Number 1, it is most likely that I'm going to be there on Saturday watching that final. And number 2, like, I want to be fully prepared for my rankings. So obviously when people in the comments, which probably is going to happen, is going to basically say X, Y, and Z, I'm going to be like, I promise you I've listened to these songs so many times. This is a personal ranking. It's just the songs that connected with me the most. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch a recap video. It's the easiest thing for me, or it's going to take me hours and days, and I don't have hours and days to make this reaction video. So I'm going to listen to every single song in the Serbia's national selection, and if it's in my top 15, I'll stop it and I'll tell you where it ranks. 3 things to be clear. It's a top 15 because there is genuinely 15 songs that I like. The second thing, semi-final 1, in my opinion, is way stronger than semi-final 2. If I'm looking at my top 15 now, like, I have over 10 that are in semi-final 1, so some of my favourites are going to get knocked out on Thursday anyway. And number 3, the infamous Shane's national final playlist on Spotify, 7 of them have made it onto my national final playlist. The one that I listen to, the songs this season that I really, really like. So any song in 1 to 7 I really like. I feel I have to do a massive disclaimer before I do this. Okay, so I've set the parameters of what's about to happen. So let's go through my top 15. Now, Sanya is not in my top 15, but I just want to do a bit of a shout out to Sanya. So when I saw her face, I was like, I know you. And I know her because she is in the girl band, or was in the girl band, Beauty Queens, who supported Maria with Molitva in 2007. But they've got a particular song that I'm absolutely obsessed with called To Ilion, To Ilion. I love that song. Yeah, it's not my top 15. I don't think it's a particularly great song, but the fact that she's part of Beauty Queens, love her. If you literally have no idea about the Serbian national final, these songs, luckily, are going in order. So all the semi-final 1 are going to be in the first half, all the semi-final 2 are going to be in the second half. So you're going to notice the first half is going to be like top 15, top 15. The second half is just going to be sitting here being like, I can't even remember this song. Stop! Top 15 alert. Okay, so I actually have a friend that lives in and around Serbia who warned me, if you don't put ZORJA in your top 3 or 5, you're gonna get hate. Look, I gotta be honest. This is my personal preference. Like, I'm the guy that still actually doesn't think Electro Velvet from the UK is that bad. So, literally, this is not me predicting anything. But in regards to 3 days listening to these songs, quite a lot. This is my number 4. This is my number 4. Like, I really, really like it. Like I said, top 7, all of these songs I genuinely really like, and they've made it onto my infamous national final playlist. I really, really like this song. I can't wait to see this live. It's obviously going straight to the final. And ultimately, I would equally be happy if this won. The first time I listened to this song, I loved it. His voice is beautiful. And if you've seen my reaction video, the first one with the 3, Angelina, ZORJA and SARA, I professed about 5 times that I'm in love with Balkan ballads. This is my number 2. It's his voice. Like, literally, it's like chocolate, velvet, honey. It's like honey. I actually think this song is a fantastic song. And I know, because people have already commented on my previous one when they were talking about ZORJA, being like, oh, we hear this all the time. We always send this sort of sound. It doesn't do very well. Yeah, okay, take all of that on board, but this is my personal preferences, and I really, really connect with this song. This is my second favourite song. Feel ya tonight, tonight, tonight. This was my 16th song, Declaration. Didn't quite make it into my top 15. Yes. I'm going to be honest, on first listen, when I listened to all the songs, there were a couple of songs that I took off the playlist because I downloaded them all on my Spotify. So there'll be some songs where I will literally be sitting here being like, I don't remember this song because they probably got knocked out in my first kind of round of listening. Okay, so I do appreciate that this is not necessarily doing anything new, but in how many songs was in this national final? Loads. And it did really vary in quality. So when this came on, it was noticeably better than others in regards to the production sounded expensive. There's not that many kind of upbeat bops in this kind of pack of songs either. This is my number 5. I really like this song. It's kind of ethno, beat, bop, pop, and yeah, I love it. Look, what's going to happen also as I listen to these songs is I'm going to sing along thinking I know Serbian. I obviously don't. So if you are Serbian, please don't be offended. I've evidently just made up lyrics to these songs. Yeah, this is in my top 15. Number 9, Ana Stanic. I like this song. This is number 9. Number 9. Like I said, a lot of my top 15 are in semi-final 1. This is just number 15. I think on first listen I wasn't sure. Second listen I was like, oh, there's something about it. On third listen I was like, oh, this is like the only kind of semi-sexy / kind of pop R&B sexy vibe. I kind of want to see this live. I feel like Yulia is going to elevate this live. This is just in my top 15. There's not much going on there, but ultimately I think seeing this on stage, like I said, there's not that many kind of pop, bops, upbeat numbers. I'm not saying this is any of those things, but it's certainly giving a different vibe. So yeah, 15th. Maybe it's Strava. Maybe it's Strava. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Maybe it's Strava. Maybe it's Strava. Like I said, I'm making up my own lyric. It's okay. This is number 6. This is actually quite a good song. And there was a time where actually I had this in front of Angelina, but I was listening to them all earlier as I was cooking tea, my dinner, and I just put Angelina just ahead. This was before Angelina actually for a while. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Manger, manger. I think this would probably be higher if it wasn't for Boris, not Johnson. Boris Subotic, number 2. My number 2. This is my number 7. Like I said, 1 to 7, I've made it onto my playlist. I actually really like this song. It's giving Balkan ballad with a decent male vocal, so what's there not to like? I like this song. But like I said, I think it probably would be higher if it wasn't for Boris. On first listen, I was like, do I like this? On second listen, I was like, oh, it's actually not a great version of like a disco pop number, really, is it? And then you start realizing after a lot of kind of real traditional songs, like slow songs, Balkan ballad songs, when it comes on, it is just a bit of a breath of fresh air because it is a little bit different and it is a little bit upbeat. So it is my number 11. Like I said, a lot of semi-final 1 are in my top 15. So when we get semi-final 2, I'm just going to be sitting here drinking my decaf coffee, probably just looking at you, lost. Look at the confused face. I don't remember this one. This song makes me laugh. The reason why is 3 summers ago, I went to Dubrovnik on holiday. It's the only time I've been to the Balkans. And there was a band that sounded just like this. And yeah, my mum fell over in the restaurant. The band stopped singing and went to pick up my mum. She was really embarrassed. So when this song came on, the other day I laughed. It's not in my top 15 though. Maybe in solidarity with my mum. Maria. Oh, controversial now. Probably not too controversial. This is my number 3. Obviously, this and ZORJA, I was umming and ahhing. And then this morning, I was walking into work listening to it, and I was like, no, I really like this song. Again, there's going to be people like, we send this is boring, we hear it on Serbian radio. That's great, I'm not in Serbia, I don't know. I like it, I'm sorry, it's my number 3. I'm not sorry about it. Maria, you've got a bloody good song, well done. And I like her voice as well. Okay, yeah, this is my top 15, number 12. It's a nice little rock number. Again, when you listen to all of these songs, there's a big number of songs, as you're obviously identifying now. Yeah, this one stands out. This is my number 12. Again, it's semi-final. We're still in semi-final 1. Right, we're in semi-final 2 now. It's going to be a lot of me just like, I don't remember any of these songs. Right, okay, we do have a top 15 though. This one's okay, it sounds current, it sounds, yeah, I think that's the point about this song. It sounds current, it's well produced. Number 14, kicks off semi-final 2, strongly. So I can't work out whether that's like a girl rock band. Juliana, it just sounds like one person, doesn't it? Number 10. I actually quite like this song. It's quite good. I quite like this song. We've got another song in semi-final 2, which I'm enjoying. Yeah. If this was going to be a top 10, can I say? It's a top 15 because I couldn't pick 10. So there we go. Hopefully that says something. Confused face. Don't remember this one. Apparently my body still wants to kind of go with it though. Yeah, it's not in my top 15. I'm now listening to this and be like, should it have been? Do not remember this one. Like I said, some songs got kicked out first round. But a lot of these songs are obviously going to go through because they're in semi-final 2, right? It's an upbeat song. Oh, this is a song that I quite liked, and then it gets into this kind of like wind instrument. I was like, oh, it sounds like elevator music now. This was in my kind of like top 15 for a while. Ivana and Ivana. Honestly, I know, I'm so sorry. You're just watching me watching these songs, just being like, I don't remember this one. No, I do remember it because it's quirky, but it's not my top 15. Again, it's not my top 15. What's this one again? And please do not think that it's almost like I got fatigue, like as in like I got tired in the second half of the song. Not at all. I started worrying if that was the case. So one day I started with the semi-final 2 songs and then went on to semi-final 1. I just think semi-final 1 is stronger. I had no idea that SARA was huge. As in, I knew she was in Moya 3, but I didn't know since Moya 3 she's huge. Yeah, this was someone I was warned. Don't be saying bad things about this song on YouTube. I don't need to. Like, I did say on my initial reaction, I need to go away and listen to this. Just be warned, though. You have to be, if you are a huge fan of SARA and a massive fan of this one, and you're a massive fan of Serbia sending something different, sending more of a risk, just be aware. Not like my initial reaction has anything to go by, but my initial reaction was not confusion, but I don't know if I like this or not. I think on third listen, I was like, okay, I'm now getting the hype. It is actually very clever because it has the huchi huchi. That's not actually the chorus because it then goes in. And then at the end, when she hits that high note, it really, really builds. I think everyone's quite excited to see how she's going to do this on stage. She's openly said that she is proud that she's sending this experimental song to Serbia. She knows herself that it's a risk. She's playing around with sound at the moment. You got to respect that. Look, with everything taken into account, when this song comes on, I do vibe with it. And this isn't because I'm scared. Genuinely, I do think it is the best song. It is the best song. For everything that I've kind of just said, I credit and I completely understand. Take a risk. I think Serbia should take a risk. A lot of these songs that I'm liking are great, but yeah, there is arguments potentially behind why it might not kind of either be in the final or might not do as well. I think we're all quite excited to see how SARA performs this at, well, she's in semi-final too, so we'll see on Friday. But I'm expecting great things. This is my favourite. Is it just me? Like, semi-final 2 isn't very strong, right? It's not very good to... Look, we've got some Eurovision royalty now, although for North Macedonia. The stars, the sun, you... I didn't know that. Is she just trying it out in Serbia, or does she actually have a career? No, she is pretty big in the Balkans in general, right? Yeah, I actually think this one's quite a good... To the stars... Yeah, I think I prefer To the Stars, I have to admit. This, you can hear that the production of this is quite expensive. It's just a slight disconnect. I can't work out why, because I really want to get down with this song, because I actually really like Tiana. When she was at Eurovision, she did a lot of interviews. I was like, you are cool. I want to know who you are. Not to stalk you, but to be your friend. In a non-stalkerish way. This is my number 8. Like I said, I really, like, I think I've heard this like 5 or 6 times. Like, every time I'm like, come on, Shane, it's Tiana. It will kick in a second. Yeah, it's a very, very well-produced song. And some of these songs don't sound very expensive, but this one does. Don't remember this song at all. Dum ski dum, ski dum, ski dum, ski dum. Tone of her voice is amazing. And to finish off my top 15, in number 13 is ski dum, ski dum, ski dum. I don't actually know what that means. I could be singing anything, but I'm trusting it's a family show, so I'm not saying any naughty words. Ski dum, ski dum, ski dum. Yeah, I like her voice. Ski dum, ski down. Down. Ah, thank you very much, Mizia Eurovizia. You are an absolute lifesaver. You send me hours and days. Right, I'm not going to say anything more. Those are my top 15. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. And like I said, I probably am going to be in Belgrade this Saturday, so I'm going to see a lot of these. Which I'm actually quite excited about, because like I said, I've only ever been to the UK national final. I've never been to any other national final. And I've never been to Serbia or Belgrade, so I'm very excited. So those are my thoughts. Please let me know what you think. Please do comment below. Please do subscribe to my channel. Please do click the notification button so you're informed if and when I post videos. And yeah, until next time, stay safe.